My name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is November 12th, 2021, and Bitcoin is looking like it's in a serious downtrend, okay? We've been saying that for quite some time on this channel, that we were going to drop imminently, right? And that we were entering this C wave, this larger C wave. Let's zoom out really quickly. We were entering this larger C wave that was going to give us a target down to the mid 50s, okay? And so the last video, I believe it was entitled Bitcoin is targeting 55K or something like that, right? And that's still true, okay? And we're seeing that now, right? One word of kind of, let me just mention this. A lot of other influencers, I don't consider myself an influencer, but a lot of other YouTubers, a lot of other analysts are saying, oh, this is out of the blue, completely completely unexpected. What's Bitcoin doing? Why is it dropping? It must be due to Evergrande. It must be due to the spot ETF being close to being denied or something like that. This is a great example of show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. That saying, right? And this is the power of technical analysis. And I really hope that if you're subscribed to this channel, if you're watching this channel, you're learning with me. We're learning to read these charts because there's so much information in these charts. Not to say that technical or fundamental analysis has no place. It does. It's just that so much information is already in the charts if you could only read it, okay? All right. So anyway, we are in a downtrend. We are currently in the C wave, which, as I said in the previous episodes, is the most impulsive. It's the most sort of, it's the fastest wave down, all right? If you're going down. If you're going up, it's the fastest wave up. A is corrective, B is corrective, largely, right? There are portions of A and B that are impulsive, right? The end of B is impulsive. The end of A is impulsive. The sum total of C is impulsive. Except a few corrections, kind of small corrections within these impulsive waves. So this is really where, if you're trading, you want to make entries and take advantage of this volatility, okay? And mind you, this is also, I haven't talked, and there's a good reason why I haven't talked about much any alts, well, except for maybe VRA, because I hold a lot of VRA and I was doing analysis on it, but I haven't been saying, oh, let's look at these alts, whatever. And there's a reason, because I've been saying Bitcoin's going to nuke. And I've been saying if Bitcoin's going to drop considerably, you can forget it with most of these alts, right? They are also going to do a lot of, they're also going to be even more volatile, right? So this is kind of clear right now. You can see if Bitcoin drops 10%, your favorite alts drop 15, maybe 20%, okay? So this is just the beginning. Let's be very clear. Those people who are saying, and I'm not, impugning them or anything like that. I'm just being very sort of factual. Those people who are saying, oh, I'm bullish, Bitcoin's to the moon. It's just like, read a chart, right? Read a chart. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect at doing it, but there's nothing bullish about these charts, these Bitcoin charts on these larger time frames. Nothing, right? You go on the daily, look at that. It's just the stochastic RSI is pointing down, like straight down. The weekly's topped out, right? We've been saying this for quite some time. Okay, so just be very careful. And if you want to take advantage of the volatility, right, do be cautious when trading. Use stop losses, good risk management. I got stopped out this morning, and I was actually happy. This is one of the few times it happened where I was happy. Why? Because the trade was that good. The trade setup was so good. I waited patiently. I made the perfect entry and everything like that. And actually, the only reason the trade didn't work was because I set my take profit a little too high, and it just wicked right under where I was supposed to take profit, and then it turned back down. It was actually a long. But I was still happy because my system proved to be correct. And that's just a, kind of a word trading, because I'm really into trading, and a lot of you may be into trading as well who follow this channel. Get to a point where your system's so good, your trade setup so good, even if you get stopped out, you're happy because one, you managed your risk and you're willing to lose that much, and it's not going to break your account. And your trade setup worked exactly like you thought it would, right? So it gives you encouragement and confidence to move into the next trade with, your same tools, your same principles. Anyway, let's get into the price of Bitcoin. This is why you're here. 6 minutes in, I've been rambling about other things. Now, we are currently, I believe, in the first wave of this 5-wave impulse to the downside, okay? This is what I believe. I see that. So this was an A, B, C. This was the first wave of this 5-wave impulse down, okay? This was the correction or the retracement, right? The 2-wave retracement. And one thing I want to bring to your attention is one thing I want to bring to your attention is this. This 2-wave retracement, it's showing that the market is characteristically changed. It's characteristically changed because, just charting every day, trading every day. Bitcoin typically, at least in the past few months, past few weeks at least, has been retracing to the 618 level, right? To the golden ratio, right? Just touching the 618 for the 2-wave retracements. And I noticed yesterday I was trying to make an entry on a short, and I kept missing my entry, and I was like, what's going on? And the issue was I was targeting the 618. When you see, let me take this off. I don't need this right now. You see that what happened in this 2-wave retracement, we're having most of the activity between the 382 and the 0.5 Fibonacci, right? And we all know in 2-wave retracements for a 1-wave, right, in a 5-wave Elliott wave impulse, the 2-wave retracement typically falls within the 0.5 and the 618 zone, right? But the minimum retracement is the 382, okay? So here, you can touch the 382 and then continue your impulse down. But what we're doing is we're going and we're getting in between the 382 and 0.5, but we're not even breaching the 0.5. That shows you that characteristically Bitcoin is changing character from bullish to bearish, right? And that's a point that I noticed just, from looking at charts hours and hours and hours on end, day in and day out. That I did not see prior to this retracement right here. Another thing is I finally made sense of this very, very long complex correction, right? And I noted this in yesterday's video. These complex corrections take quite a long time. This one took 1 day, 5 hours, and 15 minutes approximately, okay? And just for your edification, I counted this out as a what was this? A zigzag, okay? So that's W, zigzag, and then we came into an X wave, okay? And the X wave was kind of a flat correction, okay? And we're on the 45-minute chart, so we can't see that much detail. So let's go into the 15-minute chart. There we go. So here, let's just just follow my cursor. So here's the zigzag, A, B, C, okay? And then here's the X wave, which is the flat, A, B, C, okay? And then here is the diagonal, or sorry, the triangle, right? And this is an expanding triangle. Remember, these expanding triangles are comprised of five waves that are three. Yeah, that's correct. So A, B, C, D, E. Okay, and then down, and then that is the end point of the complex correction. Okay, so remember the complex correction, the double threes or the triple threes, they're WXYs, right? So here's my zigzag W, my X, which is this flat, and then the Y, which is this diagonal. Okay, so just for your edification, I know that I always say that, you know, if you want to master charting, you really need to get into the weeds, into the complex corrections, not because you're necessarily trading the complex corrections, but you may want to make entries in the complex corrections for the next move down, right? So for instance, if you were to read this properly before it formed, right? 'Cause I had trouble reading it, right, yesterday, and I admitted as much. But let's say I read it properly yesterday and I saw that this was going to be an expanding sort of a triangle. I would have been able to count my 5 waves: A, A, B, wait, what? A, B, C, D, E, right? Something like that, yeah? I would have been able to count the 5 waves and know that it ended on E, and then I get this sort of last leg up before the start of my correction, and I would have been able to target this as an entry point for this move down. So that's how basically reading complex waves helps. I'm not going to label it because it can get really messy, but you see what I'm talking about, hopefully, if you followed my cursor. Now, from there, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm very, very, very confident in this 4 wave count. In this wave count being the 4th wave. Why? Because this is again an expanding triangle, and we know that expanding triangles happen in impulse waves only in wave 4 of impulse waves, right? They also happen in corrective, in corrective. When you're in correction, right, in wave B and wave X, okay? So that's why, you know, knowing these little kind of random tidbits can help with your wave count and can help with you understanding where you are, generally speaking, when you're looking at price action, okay? So if that's a wave 4, I know that this is wave 5, and I know that after 5 waves, my impulse to the downside is complete. So having said that, I know that we did 1, 2, and then basically we started the 3rd wave, right? Do you see that? This is how I'm making sense of this, right? Very quickly. So if I start here, this is 1. The top of that expanding triangle was 2, the top of 2, right? It kind of kissed the 0.5, and now 3 is beginning, okay? This is wave 1. I'm just going to finish this out. This is wave 1 of 3. 3 is going to be further down. All right, that's what I'm seeing. That's how I'm reading it right now, okay? And so right now, I'm still looking for an entry. You know, I've been waiting to make an entry, and I've been having trouble because the retracements aren't as large as I anticipated, right? I'm usually, you know, great for entering on the 618, right? Or close to the 618. And so this is what I was anticipating, and I hadn't been getting that. So what I'm going to do now is, all right, let's erase this. Say that this is 5 waves down, right? This is complete. So this is the beginning of wave 3. We know what wave 3 is going to be, right? It's going to be the most impulsive. It's going to be the most impactful wave down, right? Because we're in a downtrend. So this is really, we do want to get in on this, right? And a great entry would be in the retracement of this wave 1 of 3. Okay, so when I say wave 1 of 3, I mean the first wave of the third wave. I hope that makes sense. I hope you're not confused. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Fibonacci retracement tool. You can go from the top of this wave to the bottom. And now knowing that the character of Bitcoin is changing and it's very bearish and it seems to want to go down more than it wants to go up, I'm going to be very conservative and I'm going to put an alarm at the 382 because I know that the 382 is the minimum retracement for a second wave pullback. Okay, so I'm going to put an alarm for the 382, but I'm going to expect Bitcoin to retrace to around the 0.5. I'm not necessarily going to expect it to come all the way up to the 618. I think I've learned my lesson, and just looking at the fibs here, the maybe the 15-minute. Let me see the 30-minute. Yeah, 15-minute time frame was very useful in illustrating this point. Just looking at these fibs, you can see that there's going to be a lot of resistance already at the 0.5, right? This 144 EMA is creeping down, but the 55 and the 21, right, the blue and the yellow, are already kind of coming in, showing that it's going to be hard for price action to breach this level here, this fourth wave where a lot of activity happened, right? It's going to most likely serve as staunch resistance for the price. So this is around where I'm going to make my entry for this third wave, okay? And if we zoom out, I'm most likely going to look to take profit in this next leg down by doing what? How do you calculate the third wave of an impulse? Anybody know? Right. So if this is the first wave, we can do one of two things. We can first and foremost take the Fibonacci extension tool, okay, and go from the top of wave 1 to the, actually, let's see. Yeah, so let's say this is the top of wave 1, and this was the bottom here, and this was the 2-wave retracement up here, okay? So the target is going to be 1618. So it can be as shallow as 1, but typically it's going to be 1618 to 2, okay? So 55,930 approximately for the end of wave 3, okay? And the other way we could do that is by taking this smaller wave 1 that just formed and do another Fibonacci extension on that. So wave 1, and then the retracement, which is most likely going to be around the top of wave 4 because there was so much resistance here, right? Oh, geez. So top of wave 1, bottom of wave 1, retracement most likely to the top of this barrier triangle, or not barrier triangle, expanding triangle. And it's going to give the 1618 of that, which is actually the first part of, it's not going to be exactly the same as the larger wave degree, but it's going to be the first part. And I anticipate wave 3 of 5 to end here, and then wave 5 would end around the 2618. So there's just double ways you can do it. I think the first way of calculating the target is more simple. Here you would have to probably use this 2618 to project the end of wave 5 to get the same kind of idea, end of wave 3 in the larger degree. I hope this is not too confusing. I hope this makes sense. Again, TLDR, Bitcoin's going down, and we are just getting started. If we zoom out, we see very well where we're at and how this is just the smaller ABC that we're playing out, but there's a larger ABC that we have to play out, right? So hope this was helpful. Hope this was useful. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.